You slept last night, maybe 7 hours, maybe 8, and you still woke up exhausted. Not tired, exhausted. That heavy, hollow kind of tired that sleep doesn't fix. The kind where you open your eyes and already feel behind, already feel like something is missing, and you can't explain why. Here's the part nobody is talking about. After 40, your mornings are running on the wrong software, and no amount of sleep will fix a broken morning. But 10 small habits will. These are not tips from a fitness influencer with no responsibilities and unlimited free time. These are biology-backed shifts specifically designed for how your brain and body actually work after 40. And when we get to habit number 7, do not zone out. That one habit is the reason some people over 40 feel completely transformed in the morning, while others keep waking up feeling like a dimmer version of themselves. It is not about sleep. It is not about exercise. Most people never figure this out. Stay with me. Habit 1. Stop waking up to someone else's emergency. The average person over 40 checks their phone within 60 seconds of waking up, and the moment they do, something happens in their brain that most people don't realize. Your cortisol, that's your stress hormone, naturally peaks in the first 30 minutes after waking. This is called the cortisol awakening response. In a healthy system, this peak gives you energy and focus for the day. But the second you open your phone, your brain gets flooded with inputs it interprets as threats. A work email, a news alert, someone's opinion on the internet. And your cortisol spike, instead of energizing you, turns into a stress response. Your body thinks you're already under attack, before you've even gotten out of bed. Here's the fix. 5 minutes. That's all you need to protect. For the first 5 minutes after you wake up, your phone stays face down. No scrolling, no checking, no exceptions. 5 minutes of silence before the world gets access to you. That's habit 1. Habit 2. Get light before you get caffeine. Step outside or open a window within 30 minutes of waking. 2 minutes, that's it. Here's why this matters more after 40. Your circadian rhythm, the internal clock controlling your mood, energy, and sleep quality, starts drifting as you age. It becomes less stable, and the single most powerful reset button for that clock is natural light hitting your eyes in the morning. Stanford research confirms it. Morning light boosts serotonin, your brain's natural mood stabilizer, and regulates the hormonal curve that determines how you feel for the next 16 hours. 2 minutes, near a window or outside, before the coffee. Your mood tomorrow morning starts tonight, but your brain chemistry starts here. Habit 3. Hydrate your mood before you caffeinate it. You wake up after 8 hours without a single drop of water. Your brain is already mildly dehydrated, and research shows that even 1% dehydration produces measurable drops in mood, focus, and emotional resilience. After 40, this hits harder. Your body's thirst signals become less reliable. You can be genuinely dehydrated and feel nothing except vaguely flat and irritable. And you'll blame it on age, or stress, or bad sleep, when the actual fix is a glass of water. Drink a full glass before your coffee, not after, before. Your brain runs the rest of your morning on what you give it in the first 20 minutes. Give it water first. Habit 4. 60 seconds of movement. Not a workout, not a gym session. 60 seconds. Stretch. Roll your shoulders. Do 5 slow squats. Shake out your arms. Dance to the first 30 seconds of a song you love. Here's the science behind why this works specifically after 40. During sleep, your body produces more inflammatory compounds than it did in your 20s. That morning stiffness is not just physical. Your brain interprets physical tension as a low-level threat signal, and that signal suppresses dopamine, the chemical responsible for motivation, pleasure, and the feeling that today is worth showing up for. 60 seconds of movement clears that signal. Your brain gets the message. We're okay. We're moving. We're alive. And dopamine starts flowing again. 1 minute. That is the entire habit. But what it does to the next 4 hours is not small. Habit 5. Make one decision the night before. This one starts the night before, but pays out every morning. After 40, decision fatigue hits differently. You carry more responsibilities, more mental load, more people depending on you for more things. And your brain burns real energy making decisions, especially in the morning when it is still warming up. So before you sleep tonight, make one decision for tomorrow morning: what you will wear, what you will eat, which task you will start with first. Just one, written down or said out loud. When you wake up, your brain is not starting cold. It has a plan. And a brain with a plan produces measurably less cortisol and more dopamine in the first hour. Your morning stops feeling like chaos. It starts feeling like momentum. Habit 6. Win something before 8 a.m. Make your bed. Wash one dish. Put something away that's been sitting out. Something so small it almost doesn't count. Do it anyway. Here's why. After 40, your dopamine baseline is naturally lower than it was in your 20s. That is not a personal failure, it is biology. Dopamine production decreases gradually with age. And dopamine is the chemical that makes effort feel worthwhile, that makes you feel like today has a point. Small wins trigger dopamine release. One release leads to another. Motivation is not something you feel before you start. It is something your brain produces after you complete something. Win something tiny before the day gets loud. Let your own biology take it from there. Habit 7. Spend 2 minutes remembering who you actually are. Here it is, the one I told you not to miss. After 40, something quiet starts happening to a lot of people. Psychologists call it identity erosion. You spend years being someone's parent, someone's employee, someone's partner. And somewhere in all those roles, the version of yourself that existed before all of it, the one with specific things it loved, specific things it was curious about, specific things it wanted, starts going quiet. And here is what most people don't realize about that erosion. When your sense of self becomes unclear, your brain operates in a low-grade threat state. Not panic, not sadness, just that ambient heaviness that follows you everywhere and never quite explains itself. That feeling that something is missing, even when nothing is technically wrong. Every morning, before the roles kick in, spend 2 minutes with one of these questions. What did the younger version of me love that I've stopped doing? Or, what would I do today if nobody needed anything from me? Or simply, who am I outside of everything I do for other people? You don't need a perfect answer. You just need to ask. Because the act of asking pulls your identity back online. It tells your brain that the person underneath all the roles is still here, still real, still worth investing in. This is the habit that doesn't just change your morning. It changes the story you're telling yourself about what your life after 40 is actually supposed to feel like. Habit 8. Change what you say to your reflection. Most people over 40 have a running commentary that starts the moment they see their face in the mirror. The lines, the weight, the tiredness, a silent list of everything that has changed and not in the direction they wanted. And here is the biology of why that matters more than you think. Your brain does not cleanly separate internal voice from external threat. When you speak to yourself with consistent criticism, your stress system responds the same way it responds to an outside attack. Cortisol rises, the nervous system stays guarded, and happiness becomes harder to access because your brain is too busy managing a threat. One sentence, out loud, to your reflection. Something true and something kind. Not fake positivity, not a lie. Something real. I am still here. I am still trying. I showed up again today. That's it. One sentence. But what it does to your cortisol over time is not small. Habit 9. Eat for a stable mood, not just a full stomach. After 40, blood sugar regulation changes. You become more sensitive to the spike and crash cycle. Skipping breakfast or eating something highly processed first thing starts a hormonal chain reaction that makes mood crashes in the late morning almost guaranteed. You don't need a perfect meal. You need protein and something slow burning. Eggs, Greek yogurt, oats, nuts, anything that keeps your blood glucose stable for the next 3 to 4 hours. Because here is the thing, your brain runs on glucose. Stable glucose means stable mood. Unstable glucose means low-grade irritability, a shortened fuse, and that inexplicable feeling around 10 a.m. that everything is slightly too difficult. Feed the brain that is trying to take care of you. Habit 10. Choose one thing to look forward to. Not a goal, not a task, something you will actually enjoy today. A good coffee, a walk, a song in the car, 5 minutes of a book, a meal you like, a conversation with someone who
Wow.
makes you feel
Nice.
good. One thing, small, just for you. Here is why this closes the list. Anticipation is a dopamine trigger. Your brain releases dopamine not only when you experience something good, but when you expect something good. By choosing one enjoyable thing each morning, you are giving your brain a chemical reward before the day has even started. After 40, most of us quietly stop building our days around things we enjoy. Obligations fill the space. The enjoyable things get pushed to some future version of the week that never quite arrives. One thing, today, written down, said out loud, or simply decided, and watch what it does to the weight your morning carries. Here is what these 10 habits have in common. None of them require a perfect life. None of them require extra time you don't have. None of them require you to become a different person. They just require different signals. Because your brain after 40 is not broken. It is not declining. It is not giving up on you. It is responding exactly the way it was designed to the inputs it receives every morning. Change the inputs, change the morning, change the day. You did not wake up this morning beyond help. You woke up without a system. Now you have one. Start with one habit tomorrow. Just one. Because the version of you that opens their eyes and actually feels glad to be here, that version is not far away. It is one morning closer than it was yesterday.